Hello and welcome back to another session of Google.rs. I shouldn't forget to start the timer this time, just to remind myself of how long I've been doing this already, because sessions shouldn't be longer than like an hour. An hour is kind of the maximum I set for myself. However, in the previous session we have successfully added deployment scripts and added a lot of documentation just to show how deployment works. If I reload this, it will actually show up here. There we go, deployment, which is pretty cool. But when doing this, I realized that when I actually try to download something, then even though this works, I will download a file that unfortunately is not executable. So I want to tar.gz these. Also, these are uncompressed, which kind of puts more bandwidth onto my poor server there. So I want to tar.gz this to solve both problems at the same time. So this must happen on two levels. First of all, here, obviously this link needs to change, and also my deployment script needs to change to do the to set up the files accordingly. And I guess what I want to do is to just change this right away. So it's Linux download deployment something. Here we go. And right now it's really easy. We just go there and we untar all the files. And yeah, I'm in there right now. I untar and exit if something doesn't work. So I guess I will do it the brute force stupid way, because that's simple. For file in, I could actually do it like this, right? This will expand to all the files in my current directory here. And then I do, and done. This is the loop. So here for each file, I basically just want to tar.gz this. And I think I could bring up the OSX deploy. No, let's go with the Linux deploy script, because here I have a typical tar invocation. Well, not so typical, but it's typical enough to kind of take it as information here. So we go with tar. I want to create a zipped file that is the tar file, which I have to name. I think I would just name it like the file.tar.gz. Old school, standard, and also let's be precise here. And I pass it on, I pass it the file. And then I delete the original file, and then I say echo created. And I kind of repeat myself. Let's make it tar file, program tar file. Shall be, that's a bit slow right now, but it's catching up because I'm building in the background, right? So program tar file is this guy, and I can use it twice, once here and once in my echo created program tar file. And that's really it. Just to have some progress information, because zipping these things, zip is very, very slow. So you want to see that something is happening. Is why I do this. And if it doesn't work, I don't care. I keep going, even though this should obviously be fine. Both the deletion as well as the creation of the file itself. All right, so that's going to be tar.gz files. The second step will actually be a change in my index file, index.html macro. So here we create a download link at some point. And right now I actually create it manually, but I do know that one of my next tickets will be that we want to have a download link in other locations as well. So I would like to actually make this generic, creates IO URL, def program download link. Yeah. Where do I get my program name from, by the way? Program name, here. It's all in good company there. That's what I wanted to verify. Program download. It's really, 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 really slow. Download URL. So we need a name and a version to do this. Come on. When are you done? I'm not only compiling, I'm also exporting with Final Cut, and I think this puts additional stress on my poor computer, which is, if I may say that, totally maxed out, but I like that. CPU is at just 80 degrees Celsius, so I know it can do more. Return, and now it's basically this thing here, right? Oh, the base URL. Yeah, I don't have access to this, so I have to put the base URL here as well. Oh, base URL, which I will just provide, and then it's this here, API name. Oh yeah, lots of additional information required, but I will do it. No, wait. It's actually the program type as well that I want to have there. OS name, yeah, lots of stuff. Damn it. The API name, where does that go? It goes to the far left. That's actually not API name. It's a bit of a misnomer. It's type name. It's more like, let's fix the misnomer then, huh? Program type. Program type, that's that. Can be API. And we put that right here. Program type. Then the OS name. And the program name we generate from the stuff, from the API name and the API version. The Google API name and Google API version that we are handling there. And that's pretty much it. Oh, the build version, true. Program version. And I will not document this because the usage kind of documents how this is going to be. So yeah, all I have to do is to just throw this in here like that. Make a few replacements. So it's basically base URL. Oh no, come on. Plus Google.rs and then lots of replacements. So that's the program type, that's true. That's the program version. I'm very happy to have my linter there. Helps a lot to not forget these things. So is OS name, program type, program version. Yeah, just to be sure I don't have a name clash here. Then it's OS name, then it's program name, auth name, and version. That's the API name and the API version. But in this context, it's kind of always the case. So now all this information I have to pass on in the index. And that's just the first step of the refactoring. So the download URL is one of them. And then come in order, in the same order, fortunately, all the additional pieces here, except for the program name call, which I don't need anymore. Okay, it's a single call. I hope this kind of works. Program name. Yeah, let's see if I am allowed to do that without having to rebuild everything. Make docs all. Just to test it. This should rebuild my doc index. And because it's regenerating maps engine, I know it will be rerunning Rust doc. So this takes ages now. And I don't want that. So forget that. I can't really test it right now. Unless I kind of switch back to a test mode, which I also don't want. Because I kind of trust myself. I will try to just review this one more time. But I think that looks good. Program type, program version. Yeah, it looks totally good. So if that isn't pure nonsense. The point is that now we can tell it that no, we actually have tar.gz. And later on, if we have ever Windows versions, we can adjust this to be different depending on the OS name there. So we put in some logic. But the cool thing is that now we are independent and can use this elsewhere, which is cool. So I think that's what I want. Let's prepare a commit and test it out. I would like to rerun this on the server or rerun the deployment script just to get these tar.gz files there. And then eventually rerun the index generator to get the latest stuff. And I think I will do this on the VPS because my own machine will be very, very busy doing everything else. And then I will see if this works or not. Taking time, very slow, come on. So that is actually closing 107 because I think this will be doing it. Yeah, it's kind of 2 steps at once, but I call it, what do I call it? I call it a refactor or maybe an improvement of index.html. Download links to tar.gz files. That way, we save bandwidth and preserve the executable bit of the respective program. That's very nice. We wanna skip CI. There we go. Commit is done, and we will push this. How far is Final Cut? 81%. Damn it. Okay, it's there. And I closed my ticket with that. So let's test the deployment script on the server here. So that's the right one. But yeah, I think I want to start fresh. This breaks my downloads for now, but I'm okay with that. So let's kill these guys. Boom, downloads are gone. Yeah, but that's how it is. So let's try the deployment script. Go out of there. Get the latest. Oops. Oh, really? I changed it? What did I change? I changed the executable flag, so we can, without problems, check that out or force a checkout. Linux deployment like this. And then we can do the pull and it should just work. Awesome. Changed locations for the scripts as well. So let's get sudo again. Let's become sudo. Let's become root. Damn it. www downloads Google.rs. I think I have been here just to execute the script, even though it's not required to be here. I just wanted to see what's happening. So we go with, do I still have it in my history? I do. It doesn't look like it. No. But maybe deploy. There it is. Cool. It's a different location now. So, oops. Home, Byron, dev, Rust, Google APIs, RS. Is it correct? Home, Byron, dev, Rust. Yeah. So far, so good. Now it's a bash script. And the rest of the stuff should still be the same. So we go with, let's not mess this up. We take the 10.10 release build of OS X, which should be easy enough. And the root URL is var downloads. Oh, no such file directory. Interesting. Oh yeah, source, bash, Linux deployment. There we go. And that's the unpacking part. We unpack everything. Oh shit. And that's still a yeah. That's still a wrong one. So that's not gonna work. And now it's gonna do the wrong thing here. Yeah, let's try these lines manually that I have here. See, it wanted to repack this, which kind of is silly. And yeah, this is fixed now. You know, the next release or the next tar I create on OS X will have the proper format. But until then, I have to live with the errors of my past. So now I should just be able to, fortunately, take this right here and execute it as is to see if it works. And it does work. That's awesome. So now creates all these individual files, and I will repeat the same procedure for the Linux build, which is a bit more involved, but now that I have the command line, and this should work out of the box eventually. And also it will reduce my space consumption. Yeah. To just 100 megabytes. So that's cool. Previously like 600, now it's down to probably 200 once the Linux versions come into play. So here's a bash script. We go with Ubuntu here. That's the OS name. That didn't change. So now let's try Linux release. So that should be that. It should just work out of the box without any problem. Now it should recompress, and yes. And the only thing that's left here is to run it on the selected, on the subset of items, which may or may not be what I want. Because this tar here, that's special knowledge that I have, is incomplete. It misses like 2 or 3 big programs that I couldn't build previously, and I want to get these from a different tar file, which is, I don't know where, how this is called, selected, something was selected. Linux release, where is it? I don't even see it. Ah, here. Selected CLI Linux release, that's the one. Same thing here, just 2 programs. Oh no! Okay, because my program is too stupid, it now does silly things. Okay. I think I will just live with it. Ah, damn it. This is something I would like to improve, to be honest. Because if it's so unsafe to run this, you kind of mess things up. It's easy to recompress stuff and then remove the original file, and then you basically have to start over again. Yeah. Damn it. How would I do that? 17 minutes in, I think I have time to fix this in this session at least. Quick distraction, 85%. Ooh. Actually, I only want executable files here. Yeah, let's get one of these tar files. Let's get the big one, the selected one. Here, this one. And on tar.gz. So we have some executable files here, and we can see if we can filter them out. Oops, move YouTube, Gmail, Drive to Ubuntu. And then here we have a bunch of nonsense files, but also the executables that we want to limit ourselves to when executing the tar process. So find type, I think with find executable, type F, we should be fine. Yeah, that's the one. So we do that instead. Find here executable. Very nice to have. That's something you don't have on OS X there. It's a bit more involved with permission flags and stuff. Type F. Because otherwise, without type F, you could also possibly find directories. So let's see what happens if I don't do this. Yeah, so I find the current directory here. So type F is really something you want. Then we get a bit longer names, but that also shouldn't matter. That's still kind of totally valid to have. So find .executable type F in the current working directory. And we are good. So that should be the fix we desire here to make this a bit safer to use. And then I will try again. So fix Deployment. Limit tar.gz to executables. Previously, oops. It could repack tar files. And mess everything up. Skip CI. Cool. That is that. We shall push this as fast as possible. Then pull it here and try again. So here we are again as root, and we are at Google.rs, CLI 0.2. And just remove this Ubuntu and try again. So where's the bash invocation? Here it is. That's release tar, and that's the one without the selected stuff. Ubuntu, blah, blah, blah. I think that's the invocation I want to re-execute. So now this should be way better. Let's see. So it creates files with like absolute path or relative path now. That's totally fine. And then we unpack the other tar file into it. And then it should work as expected, because then we just have 3 additional executables in there, and it will just ignore the GZ files, the existing tar files. Okay, there we go. Now we go with the selected, Linux selected, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, do it. Now it just creates the additional ones. That's nice. And as you can see, this looks totally fine as it's supposed to be. And that's how this works now. Awesome. So I think that concludes this session, because everything is in order. And I must say thanks for watching and have a great day.